What's up, everybody? Welcome to another edition of Real Talk Radio. And we're about to talk about some more real talk, but I appreciate everybody who's been rocking with us these last couple of weeks. On these shows, sometimes they get a little real. Sometimes we talk about real stuff, but at the end of the day, it's real talk. What I want to talk to you today about is protests, man. I've been getting a lot of heat because I work with the sheriff's department. I work with the police department and the local officials on police reform. And we've been doing a really good job. And you know what? The crazy thing about it is, like, everybody thinks that, you know, all protests or peaceful protests. And I see people, no, we deserve the peaceful protest. The first thing y'all need to know is, like, what is your definition of a peaceful protest? You know what I'm saying? Because in the daytime, yes, the protests are peaceful. When the sun started going down, people tend to get a little bit out of pocket. Now, I have never not supported peaceful protests. Not ever. You know what? I love protests. I'll be the first one on the line protesting, you know, against anything. I went to Minneapolis with my team. We protested against police brutality. We protested against piss poor, sorry lawmakers. We protested more against police brutality. We protested against terrible cops. But the end goal was to meet with the local officials and the police department to talk about a way we can make change. And so now I get back to LA. We've shut down plenty of protests. But we also protested as well. We protested Reopen California. I've led tons of protests on that. We protest against police brutality. I led tons of protests on that. We also shut down protests when it comes to police brutality as well. The reason why is, if we're working actively with the law enforcement on reform, on change, on holding officers accountable, having protests during the same time that we're trying to meet with the law enforcement is counterproductive to the cause, right? We don't want, and I mean we when I talk about it as a community, we don't want law enforcement removed from our community. It's detrimental, especially in South Central Los Angeles, that we have our law enforcement. And I think people become so emotionally irrational that they forget we still have high crimes. We have gang violence. We have a lot of criminals. Gavin Newsom just released 18,000 criminals in our streets. And you remove our law enforcement, then who protects your mom? Who protects your grandmother? Who's going to stop some child sex predator from raping your kid? Who's going to stop people from invading your parents or your grandparents' house and robbing them and raping them and killing them? Who's going to stop that stuff? Because you want to get rid of the police department because in your mind, the police or the sheriff killed somebody because you think that it had to do with race. Now, I've said this plenty of times. I know that we have no perfect organization. We didn't have a perfect military. We're not going to have perfect law enforcement. But at the end of the day, as long as we have a law enforcement that is willing to work with elected officials and willing to work with people to work with elected officials, then I think that's something that we can work with when it comes to affecting change. So peaceful protests, I'm down with it. I think that is dope. I've been one of the, like, look on my social media. I've been one of the ones on the front lines. I've been arrested protesting. In Minneapolis, I got arrested protesting. When we came back, we affected change here in LA, just like we affected change in Minneapolis. And we're going to talk about it as soon as we get back from this break. Stay tuned. This is important.
If Ernest Hemingway was alive today, would he say this to you?
Shakespeare, Mark Twain, Edgar Allan Poe, all great writers. And after reading your book, I simply must add you to the list.
Wait, you don't have a book yet. So make a free call to Page Publishing. Their expert staff can help you turn your book idea into a real book, a masterpiece that could someday make the bestseller list in hard copy and digitally all across the world. Page Publishing can help you completely take your idea for a book, write it, and publish it. So if you want to join the ranks of some of the most famous authors in the world, call now for a free information kit. Turn your book idea into publishing gold. Make a free call right now to Page Publishing.
800-378-3212. 800-378-3212. 800-378-3212. 800-378-3212. That's 800-378-3212.
Hurt me so many times, and I forgave you. But this time I love.
All right, you guys, we back. And we're talking about the protest, right? I've always been an advocate for peaceful protests. I love protests, and I think that's one of the ways that we can release, we can let our anger out. But it comes a time when things go too far. You know, things go absolutely too far. Now, what's been happening around Portland, Washington, Chicago, New York, we don't want that in LA, especially South Central. And the reason why I advocate so hard against violent protests and protests even tentatively getting violent is because during the 92 riots, they destroyed the majority of LA, predominantly Black LA. And that still hasn't been rebuilt. So when we're talking about rioting, when we're talking about violent protests, testy protests, I'm not a fan of that because I know they're not going to rebuild for the betterment of Black LA. They're going to rebuild. They're going to gentrify everybody out because right now we don't have quality jobs. People don't have savings. They don't have 401ks. They don't have retirement plans. They don't have money put back so they can live through this. So when these activists are out there and they're encouraging violent protests, burn it down. We don't want unrest and all this stuff, you know. The thing that sparks in my mind is, first off, my grandmother lives in this area. I live in this area. There's children in this area. There's people already in the area that's struggling. When you want to burn down our city, you want to allow things to get in the way of the law enforcement. When you want to allow people, especially, this is so disrespectful, to allow people to come from out of the state, out of your city, to your city, to tear your stuff up. That's the most disrespectful thing that you can do as a person. You should never. That's just like if you were in a gang and you let another gang come in here and disrespect somebody. That's just like if you are a male in your family and you allow somebody to come into your house and disrespect your mom or your sister or your daughter or your grandmother. That's what that's like. So for me to continue to allow people to come from out of state into our city and destroy our stuff and push narrative for us, I wasn't built like that. That's disrespectful, and that's something that's never going to happen. I'm never going to approve or appreciate or allow that. So when it comes from people coming from out of state, even people in state want to destroy our things, yes, I'm going to support the law enforcement using force to remove you. So when it comes to protest and protest peacefully, don't bring that BS. Don't bring fireworks. Don't bring stones, and don't bring these little makeshift mortars that you're throwing with the fire. Don't bring that stuff to our communities because they are not going to rebuild it. Let me say this again for all you ignorant people out there who are supporting people coming from out of town into our cities to destroy it. They will not rebuild our communities. Look at the Watts riots. Look at the Watts riots. That was like 30 years ago, and they still haven't even fully rebuilt Watts. Look at the 90s riots here in LA. We still suffering from that. So you're going to continue to let people destroy our stuff? You got to be kidding. Somebody has to think rationally about this situation. Somebody has to be rational enough to protect you, even though you're being ignorant. And that's what I'm going to do. Yes, I will shut down a child from speaking about how her parent made a terrible choice to bring her daughter to a protest knowing that it's going to get violent. Yes, I'm going to shut that down because Child Protective Services will pick that girl up and her sisters and put them into the system. That mother will go to jail. This stuff is real out here. You think it's about protesting and letting your voice be heard, but it's not. I have not seen anybody work with the local elected officials. Nobody's reaching out to the mayor of Inglewood. Nobody's reaching out to the mayor of LA. They'll talk about, look, this is the type of change that we need. You think when you come out here and you protest to a law enforcer who has no business making laws, they can't do it. You think fussing at this person is going to help your situation? I feel like Fred Sanford when I see people yelling at cops, get out of our cities, defund the police. In my mind, I'm like, Lamont, you dummy. That's what I think about when I see you protesters saying this stuff. And then I see the lawmakers, your mayors, your city council members, your state assemblymen, your state senators, your congressmen, your federal senators who are sitting back not saying nothing, are somebody who's dumb as Maxine Waters, supporting defunding and removing police from cities that she don't even live in. The people who can actually make the laws to affect change to better your life. But instead of protesting against these guys, you want to talk to a cop who's just enforcing the laws that the lawmakers make. So who's out here thinking rational aside from myself? Aside from people who actually put their emotions to the side for a split second and say, you know what? We've been protesting police ever since slavery. And there has never been a cop, law enforcer, sheriff, marshal, state trooper, National Guard that has ever been in a position to make or remove a law that they use to weaponize to impact our communities. So in my mind, if I want to get something done, why am I going to the cop? Why am I talking to law enforcers? I don't want to talk to the enforcer because they cannot do anything for you. Who I want to talk to is the lawmakers. I want to talk to Maxine Waters. I want to talk to Marquise Harris Dawson. I want to talk to Mark Ridley Thomas. I want to talk to Mayor Garcetti, which I've already have, about what can we do to affect change? What can we do to remove laws that has been used to weaponize and target black and brown people and white people who live in inner cities? Those are the people who I want to talk to, because I understand that a cop cannot do anything. They're like, hey, man, you guys are yelling at us. We're just doing our jobs. You see that? We are doing our jobs, which is to enforce. Keyword, enforce laws. Who you need to be targeting: Black Lives Matter, Antifa, the other socialist organization, is lawmakers. Because these are people who absolutely have the ability to make and change laws that affect every single aspect of our daily lives, right? Let me ask you a question. COVID-19 shut down businesses in inner cities. Nobody rushed to pass a bill to give money back to businesses in inner cities except for Trump when they did the PPP. Right? This is just me thinking. I want you to think about these things, right? Trump passed the bill PPP. No politician that's a Democrat in a Democratic office sitting in a Democratic community ever showed any black or Latino business how to obtain a PPP so they can keep their business open or get money to sustain their business through COVID-19. Right? When people lost their jobs, Governor Gavin Newsom took $150 million and gave it to illegals. Meanwhile, people who are legal are still struggling. Maxine Waters and the rest of Congress says, oh my God, Trump is going to steal the election through the mail. They rush back to pass $25 billion to give to the mail, who already have a $10 billion surplus plus a $2 billion operating fund in which they haven't depleted yet. So who's the real priority here? Is it really Black lives, or is it influencing elections? And when we come back, we can continue to talk about this. Stay tuned. We'll be back in a second.
Let's talk about your credit cards. When you first start using them, it's a slow drip. You make charges, then more charges, then bills come, and they keep coming. When you open your statements, the floodgates come pouring in. You realize you have more credit card debt than you can afford, and you're barely making the minimum payments. Wouldn't it be nice to make one affordable payment and have all your credit card bills covered? Make this free call and learn our responsible way to get your credit card bills paid and under control.
Sponsored by Consumer Education Services, a nonprofit organization.
800-876-3643. 800-876-3643. 800-876-3643. That's 800-876-3643.
CESI is not a loan company. The establishment of a debt management plan may adversely affect your credit rating. Non-payment of debt may lead creditors to increase finance and other charges to undertake collection activity, including liquidation.
Imagine this is your money and someone wants to take it from you. Who is it? The IRS. They want your money, and guess what? They can legally take it, all of it if they want. Remember, they sent you that letter that said, hey, you owe us a bunch of cash and we're going to take it from you. So what do? Fight back by letting our team of experts at the tax helpline work it out with the IRS so you can keep your money. And we're good at what we do. When you hire us, you get a team of guys on your side that know the IRS laws and will fight to save your money. So if you owe the IRS a ton of cash and you want to keep it, call right now and learn for free how we can help you put it back in your pocket.
800-932-1597. 800-932-1597. 800-932-1597. That's 800-932-1597.
The smartest way for you to get the lowest prices on your plane tickets, domestic or international, is to call SmartFares first or last, but you've got to call us before you book your plane tickets. Fly anywhere in the world, fly anywhere in the U.S., and SmartFares can save you up to 75% on your plane tickets. We have the lowest airline ticket prices on over 500 airlines, and you've got a great 12-hour free cancellation window. Plus, with our live agent help, you can always get fast help and fast answers. So on your next trip, maybe today, maybe tomorrow, how about right now? Pick up your phone and call SmartFares, plus save up to 75% on your plane reservation. So call right now. 800-915-2644. 800-915-2644. 800-915-2644. 800-915-2644.
All right, guys, we're back. You're back also. I appreciate you guys tuning in to another Real Talk Radio. And, you know, when we went to Minneapolis, right, a lot of people are like, oh, you're Black Lives Matter this, or Black Lives Matter that, because we led one of the largest protests in the world since Dr. King. And then I was called Black Lives Matter when I got back. I don't know how anybody could assume that I was Black Lives Matter, because if you actually watch the videos instead of just looking at a picture and making your own assumptions, you would see that I've never been a supporter of Black Lives Matter. Yes, Black lives do matter just as much as everybody else's lives matter, but I don't think you need an organization to prove that. What I think you need is a people who have enough common sense to do more than just run out and chant Black Lives Matter and raise money and give it to the Democrats, right? Because if Black lives did matter, Democrats would not be the party, you know, even speaking through history, that you can honestly say that cares about Black lives. I mean, like everything. I was telling a kid this earlier today. He's like, why aren't you why aren't you a Democrat? Why are you running as a Republican? I'm like, look, the history of the Republican Party. I don't care about the switch. Or whatever people want to call it, you know what I'm saying? Because in my mind, the game didn't change. The only thing that changed is the way the game is played. So they went from visibly and physically hanging and lynching you to do it on paper. They make you sign your death sentence on paper through every single contract that they get you wrapped up in. But that's the Democratic Party. I mean, we could talk about the crime bill, 3 strikes, 1 on crack, child support, all that stuff. All of that stuff was meant to get Black people wrapped up in the system so they can control you and kill you whenever they get ready. And these bills were not passed by cops. Unfortunately, these bills were passed by politicians. The Maxine Waters, the Nancy Pelosi's, the Adam Schiffs, the Elijah Cummings, rest his soul wherever he may lay. You know, these bills are passed by these people. And my issue with Black Lives Matter, right? And you can hate me or you can love me. Honestly, I don't give a damn. It ain't worse than being in Iraq. There's more people. When I woke up every day in Iraq, I woke up somebody was trying to kill me. So you think you hate me and putting out a F. Joe Collins post is going to hurt my feelings? Guess what? You are wrong, because I don't give 2 damns. And yes, I said that on the radio. I'll pay for it later. But Black Lives Matter raised hundreds of millions of dollars. Thousands of black people have been killed by cops, by other black people, by white people, by Latinos, and vice versa. Black Lives Matter shows up, they protest, they cause a lot of ruckus, they allow outside entities to infiltrate their organization and kill people in the name of their organization, because I've seen it firsthand. Destroy things in the name of the organization, because I've seen it firsthand. And they have yet to help any family who has been a victim that they've exploited. They haven't helped nobody. Nobody. Black Lives Matter raised so much money from George Floyd. They haven't gave him not one penny of that money that they raised. Joe Biden's got it, though. They haven't paid for an attorney for them to sue any law enforcement agency, the state, or the city. No black person, Breonna Taylor, as much as they want to scream her name. They haven't gave her any money. They haven't paid for any attorneys or her funeral. Dejan Kazee, his family hasn't gotten any money. They haven't paid for any attorneys. They haven't done nothing but come down here and cause a lot of trouble. They brought their infiltrators with them. They've tried to destroy South Central Los Angeles. Luckily, the resiliency and the bravery of the people who live in South Central Los Angeles has said, hell no, you can't stay here, protest, and take you behind home. And yes, I support that. Do not bring that violence here, because we're not having it. So, you know what? Say what you want to say about Black Lives Matter, but as long as people are killing people and destroying other people's property in the name of Black Lives Matter, I'm never going to be a fan. I don't care about the movement. I don't care about the ideology. I don't care about the organization. When you're killing people in the name of any of those things, you're not a friend of mine. The reason why is because when I served in the U.S. Navy, I joined the U.S. Navy, I signed a contract to support and defend the United States from all enemies, foreign and domestic. See, people forget about that part. Foreign and domestic. So you're a domestic enemy to our state, to our city, to the people who live here. So what the hell makes you think I'm about to let you come into our city and destroy stuff, knowing that they're not going to rebuild our communities? Some rich developer's going to buy all this land out and push your grandmother out. They're going to push your grandmama out. They're going to push you out because you don't even have a job, a quality job to live through development or gentrification or wherever you want to call it, because you've been electing the same officials over and over and over and over again. They've been telling the same sad song. Just wait. Just wait. Just wait. You're going to get it. We've been waiting. This is the time we've been waiting for. How the hell you been waiting 44 years, 47 years for this time? This time they came and gone, because history always repeats itself. So miss me with all that wait talk. And that's something that old black people got bad. Oh, wait, we're going to get ours and we get to heaven now. We want it right now. We don't want to wait. Hey, that time for waiting for young America is over. Nobody ever thinks about young America. We got to live through this. Wait my ass. Y'all wait for this commercial and we coming back. But this only going to be a couple of minutes.
This is The Entertainment Answer. The new political comedy Irresistible is a bipartisan look at how silly and out of hand elections can get. It stars Steve Carell and Chris Cooper, and Carell said this about the script.
It's really not so much about the politics themselves. It doesn't necessarily lean right or left. It's really mostly about the people who are caught in between.
Irresistible is rated R for language and available on demand starting June 26th. Remember to be safe and smart out there. For This Entertainment Answer, I'm Matt Mungle.
What are you going to do with your old car? You can try selling it, you could junk it, or you could donate it to Heritage for the Blind. Your car will be towed away for free, and your donation is tax deductible. Just call 1-800-785-9618. Heritage for the Blind accepts cars, vans, trucks, and boats. It doesn't matter if your vehicle runs or not. It will be towed away for free, and you'll be supporting those that need help. Heritage for the Blind is a nonprofit organization that helps the visually impaired live fuller lives. Call right now to donate your car, and as a special thank you for calling, you'll receive a free 3-day vacation voucher to many exciting locations. Call Heritage for the Blind right now, 1-800-785-9618. Donating is easy, and your vehicle is towed away for free. Plus, you'll get a free vacation voucher. Call now, 1-800-785-9618. That's 1-800-785-9618.
Question: have you ever thought about making an investment in California real estate for the high returns available through trust deeds? As a trusted professional broker, Sun Pacific Mortgage and Real Estate has been helping investors earn high yield returns on safer investments for over 32 years. Their trust deeds earn upwards of 13%. That's right, 13%. They invest in notes starting from $100,000 throughout all of California, where real estate remains strong. If you want to know more about high return investments through available deeds of trust, go to their website at sunpacificmortgage.com. That's sunpacificmortgage.com, or call them today at 707-523-2099. 707-523-2099. sunpacificmortgage.com, or call them at 707-523-2099.
Hi, I'm Dennis Bono. Join me every Saturday at 6 p.m. and Sunday at 3 p.m. for the Dennis Bono Show live from the entertainment capital of the world, Las Vegas. Enjoy this fun-filled hour with my celebrity friends as they perform, visit, and have lots of fun with me in front of a live audience in the showroom at the South Point Hotel. Please join me Saturday, 6 p.m. Pacific, Sunday, 3 p.m. Pacific, right here on CRN Radio and crntalk.com.
It's totally normal to be constipated with belly pain, straining, and bloating again and again.
No way.
Maybe it's occasional constipation.
Maybe it's not.
You could have a chronic condition called irritable bowel syndrome with constipation, or IBS-C. Linzess, or linaclotide, is a prescription that treats IBS-C in adults. Linzess works differently than laxatives to help relieve belly pain and let you have more frequent and complete bowel movements. Individual results may vary. Do not give to children less than 6, and it should not be given to children 6 to less than 18. It may harm them. Do not take Linzess if you have a bowel blockage. Get immediate help if you develop unusual or severe stomach pain, especially with bloody or black stools. The most common side effect is diarrhea, sometimes severe. If it's severe, stop taking Linzess and call your doctor right away. Other side effects include gas, stomach area pain, and swelling. Maybe it's not occasional constipation. Learn more at linzess.com or call 1-800-LINZESS. You may be able to talk to a doctor online. Visit linzess.com, sponsored by Allergan and Ironwood.
You know what else that makes me upset? When old people always want to tell young people, and this is prevalent in the black community, you need to wait, your time is coming. Your time is coming. Listen, there's a guy that says if the perfect opportunity doesn't present itself, create it and use it. The hell I'm gonna wait for? I was talking to an older gentleman today, and I'm gonna post a video later. He was saying, no, you need to wait because it's bad timing that you run against Maxine. Like, dude, she's been in office for 47 years. What you want us to wait for? What am I waiting? Listen, I was born and raised in South Central Los Angeles. What am I going to wait for? I've seen gun violence. I've seen people get killed. I've seen our city go down a drain, and it's going even faster now. What am I waiting for? And it kills me when, you have preachers that preach prosperity and everybody craps on that preacher. Oh, all he do is talk prosperity. He talk that yin yang, blah, 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 blah. But then you got politicians who preach being poor and poverty 24/7. These are people y'all want to get behind. We in America. It's so hard to be poor in America. You have to wake up with the mindset to want to be poor in America in order to be poor. You have to want to do that because it's so hard. You know what I'm saying? So when I have an older gentleman telling me to wait because it's bad timing, I'm 34 years old. How much longer you want me to wait? I'm not about to wait for Maxine Waters to die before we start rebuilding our community. I'm like, bro, get it together. She had a long time. If you want to wait, by all means, both y'all go wait in a senior center together, and I'm going to make sure that you keep your Medicaid, your Medicare, and I'm going to make sure that y'all are good. But for younger America, we ain't having it. It's not You see what's happening with young America. It doesn't matter if you're black, white, Latino. We don't want to wait. You don't give them what you want, they're going to tear your shit up, period. That's what's been happening. Look at Portland, Oregon. They said, nah, we're not going to wait for y'all. We're going to create our own city. We're going to tear it up. Do I agree with it? Absolutely not. I think that's terrible. It's absolutely terrible. We'll never do it. But nobody's about to wait on you to give us anything. We want to go get it for ourselves, period. I'm not waiting for nothing. And I hate when old people be like, no, you're going to get your crowns and your jewels and all your money in heaven. But everything in heaven is supposed to be free. And if we go to heaven, everything free, and we praising God, Why I can't get that right now? I gotta wait to go where somewhere it's free and we praising God all day. I gotta live in poverty and then wait till I get to heaven when there's shady people as criminals out here living their best life. I ain't gonna happen. That's not happening at all. For young America, we gonna fight for what we want, and we not waiting for y'all. Y'all old people, y'all had y'all time. Y'all had a chance. Y'all effed it up, right? Look at $24 trillion in debt thanks to old politicians. Old people voting in office. Time after time after time after time again. We all of a sudden have the answer now. I've been in office 50 years. I got the answer now. I know how to make America better. I know what black people need. After you passed all these bills to destroy black communities, black families, black businesses, you all of a sudden, of course, you know what black people need. You destroyed it. And that's what you're going to continue to do. But we got to wait for that guy? The guy who can't even remember what he ate for breakfast? We gotta wait for Maxine Waters? Maxine, who's been in office for 47 years? Maxine Waters got time to harass me at events when we clean up the streets. Are we giving food away? But she ain't got time to debate me, and we sent registered mail to all of her addresses, and they came back. She got the mail. You could show up and sit across the street and harass me at backpack drives and food drives, back to school drives, community cleanups, but you can't debate me, but I got to wait for you? Lady, you're tripping. We're not waiting for none of y'all. Y'all time is up. You've been in us for a long time. Your time is up because we coming for all these seats. And it doesn't matter if you're Democrat, Republican, if you age out, and let new blood get into office and let new blood start making laws and decisions that are going to propel America and the rest of the world in a direction that it needs to go for the technology age positively and productively. But if another old person tell me to wait because it's an opportune time and there's some type of black revolution going on, yo, I'm going to yell at you. I'm going to yell at you. I'm going to yell at you, I'm going to scream at you, and then I'm going to make you go home. And I'm going to call the senior citizen centers and get your benefits revoked. And you wait till I get in office and you get your benefits back. You guys are tripping. But on another note, Maxine Waters starting a campaign against me right now, and she's absolutely losing. She has this billboard that says, warning, just like a beware of dog signs, beware. Joe Collins, the Republican candidate, he's a Trump puppet. I never even met President Trump. How the hell am I going to be a Trump puppet? I'm from South Central Los Angeles. My house was shot up in a drive-by when I was a kid when Auntie Maxine was in office. Came back, Auntie Maxine is still in office. She ain't my auntie. She ain't never done anything for us. She never done anything for our community aside from tell us to wait. All these old people have this thing in common, wait. Just wait, babe. Baby, if you just wait, baby, just hold on a little longer. That remind me of slaves, man. Just hold on a little longer. We gonna be freed and Master gonna pass these laws for us. And just listen, just wait on this. And now I'm not waiting. I'm a Republican. If I want it, I'm gonna take it. If you don't give it to me, I'm gonna work hard. I'm gonna make it for myself. You don't gotta give me no boots. I don't gotta pull myself up by my bootstraps. Let me walk barefoot till I make enough money to buy my own goddamn boots. Don't be telling me none of that. Pull your boots up, pull your bootstraps up and tie your shoes and all that stuff. Don't even give me shoestrings. Fred Flintstone walked barefoot the whole time the Flintstones been on TV and he was still making it. He had a car, he had a wife, he had kids, he had a house, he had a best friend, and he didn't have no damn shoes. All that pull yourself up by the bootstraps is BS. We're in America. Shoes are free. China makes shoes for pennies on a dollar. Michael Jordan sell $500 pair of shoes and they made for $26. Come on now. Sometimes you got to break your own leg if you want to get ahead. You don't have to stand in line. It's America. That's just the way it is. But we have a lot of young people who are entrepreneurs and they're doing their thing. Keith Good News with the Good News Radio. Shout out to him, man. That guy has been absolutely instrumental in our campaign and ensuring that our radio shows stay on the air. So we give a big shout out to Keith. I also want to give a shout out to Team Collins, man. You guys have been absolutely clutch. I know we work hard, man. And I'm telling you, outside of this whole Maxine Waters crap, that was just me venting whatever, but it's the truth. I vent the truth. But man, we work so hard. That's why we win in this race. We're polling at 72% right now. And I don't take any of that stuff for granted. Polling at 72% means that I have 38% left to get to 100, but I always strive for 110. So we got 42% left that we have to win in order to be running at 110% polling. And we're not playing games. I want people from outside the district to be voting for me. I'm so tough. Write my name on the ballot if I'm not in your district. I'm Joe Collins. I'm running for Congress. We go back.
Here's important new information from the Diabetes Solution Center for you, a family member, or a loved one suffering with diabetes. If you have lost your provider, or if you need a provider for diabetic supplies, you may qualify to receive your diabetic testing supplies now with little or no out-of-pocket cost, regardless of your age. All you need is Medicare or private insurance to be potentially eligible. Call the Diabetes Solution Center right now for details. Just takes a couple of minutes. Our friendly, knowledgeable agents will give you free, no-obligation information, handle all the insurance paperwork, and make sure your supplies are delivered directly to your door for free.
Call U.S. Medical Supply 24 hours a day. 888-912-1332. 888-912-1332. 888-912-1332. Call right now. 888-912-1332.
How would you like to save up to $500 on your next vacation package? Any vacation package anywhere in the world. Just call Superior Travel and mention the code RADIO and save up to $500. We'll design a custom, fantastic vacation just for you with all the bells and whistles. Not some cookie-cutter vacation, but a unique, all-included vacation customized by one of our exclusive travel experts. And our service is completely free. You pay nothing more. So why waste your time? Let us do it for you. We've got over 100 years of travel experience to help create the perfect trip for you. Call now and learn how to save up to $500 on your next custom vacation. Pick up the phone, call Superior Travel, and use the code word RADIO.
800-570-9631. 800-570-9631. That's 800-570-9631.
All right, guys, we back. Yo, we've been fire, man. We've been so fire on this show tonight. Everything I said is true. From the Black Lives Matter to the rioting. I'm not with the rioting. We'll shut that down all the time, man. We had a press conference with the sheriff's department. Everybody was so upset about it. People in the black community was mad. Not the black community. People with the Black Lives Matter community was upset about it. Like, how you gonna support the sheriff's department? They the one that's killing you. First off, how are they killing me and I'm still alive? Duh. I mean, I'm still here. Who are they killing? You know what I'm saying? People don't look at statistics, though. Statistics say that in the last 5 years, the sheriff department for Los Angeles only killed 7 people. I can think of way more people that's been killed by gang violence, domestic violence, alcohol-related incidents, COVID-19, or the lack thereof, alcohol-related incidents, domestic violence. All these things kill people more than the sheriff's departments kill people. But yet, I have to fall into the category that hate the sheriff's department because they're killing me, even though I'm still alive, or they kill some people. And I understand that there are circumstances that comes along with, things that happen. And I have a lot of sympathy for it. I'm empathetic towards the feelings of the family members and everything like that. The fact of the matter is, if we're going to get things done, protesting, violent protest has never been that answer. I mean, look at Dr. Martin Luther King. He's never violently protested against anything. And I understand that people say, oh, Black Lives Matter is an idea, it's an ideology. It's not a movement. Well, first of all, they have a whole organization set up and they've never gave any money to any of their families. So there is an organization, Black Lives Matter. I don't care if you want to call it an ideology or a movement. There's an organization and they've never helped anybody in the black community. And I will bet $1 to anybody who can prove that they have, because they haven't. They haven't got any legislation passed. They haven't denounced Antifa or any of these organizations, outside influence that are coming in and destroying things. Even if you look on a Black Lives Matter website, they have nothing about supporting black men or black lives. And people just blindly follow because it's Black Lives Matter. That mean they love me. No, they don't. Come on, window liquor. They do not love you, okay? I'm going to prove that to you. Go jump off a cliff and see if they're going to protest for you. It ain't going to happen. If you get killed by somebody in your family, they're not going to protest. They ain't going to come to your house. They're not going to do anything for you, period. It's proven. A lady was just out here who was just murdered and she was murdered due to gang violence. I haven't seen not one Black Lives Matter, not one Black Lives post. There have been children that have been killed on a regular basis in Chicago, Los Angeles, New York. Black Lives Matter ain't said nothing about these kids. So do Black lives really matter? And if anybody from the Black Lives organization can answer that question, I'll be more than happy to open up to you for dialogue. Please let me know if Black Lives Matter. I'll even bring you on my show. Melina, I don't like you, period. You have $2.9 million in a bank account, and you sitting out here protesting for Dejan Cassie. You have never gave this man's family any money. You're not helping with his funeral arrangements. You're not helping him get an attorney to sue the sheriff's department in a class action lawsuit. You're not doing anything, but yet we're supposed to believe that you give a damn about this man and his family. Call me stupid for using common sense, but you guys are flirting along the lines of ridiculousness at this point, as well as anybody who's following you guys. And if you got a problem with it, pull up. That's all I got to say about it. It's crazy. I've been telling people to pull up. I see these comments. People be commenting me, hey, F you, Joe Collins, on Instagram. You never put it on your actual post. You're going to put it on your stories like I can't see it. I read all of that stuff. F you, Joe Collins. Oh, really? Okay. My address is 10501 Southwestern. It's on 105th and Western. Pull up, man. We can have dialogue all you want to. Ain't nobody ever showed up, man. If I see you in person, I'm going to do such and such and such and such. Okay, cool. I'm at every protest. I haven't been at the Beverly Hills protest because we've been worried about the protest down here in South Central Los Angeles. But if you see me at the protest in South Central Los Angeles, by all means, pull up and say something to me. But none of y'all ever do that because y'all don't want to hear the real stuff. Y'all don't want to hear the real talk. But it's all good, man. I'll let you slide on the internet. I see the stupid comments. Pull up. I tell you, you don't like it, pull up. You shut a little girl down from talking. Well, her mother should have never took her to a protest that got violent in the first place. Why don't the mother be held accountable? You know what? That's one of the biggest issues that we have right now when it comes to young people. Young people get themselves into shit, and when something happens to them, they don't want to take responsibility and blame themselves. They want to blame somebody else. What world does this? What was you guys as parents doing, young people? To where you don't think anything is your fault. You think you just go up and slap somebody and they ain't gonna hit you back? Nah, that's the suburb living. That's not the real world living. In the real world, when you hit somebody, you're gonna get hit back. In the real world, let's take it back to this violent protest. In the real world, if you spit on a cop, you're going to get body slammed. If you bring a bottle rocket into the community and you shoot that at the cops, they're going to shoot you back with a rubber bullet. Period. It's an eye for an eye type of thing. But I employ all of you, if you want to exercise your freedom to destroy things, go to your own house and destroy it. Go destroy your grandmother's house. Go destroy your mama's house. Go destroy your baby mama's house. Go get rid of your own police department, your own sheriff station, your own highway patrol station, your own state trooper station. Go get rid of all your military bases and then see how life works out for you. But don't bring you behind to the inner city thinking that stuff gonna fall right here. And for all these people, Black Lives Matter talking about, what the community wants. Guess what? You guys are not from here. I am. We're here every day, all day. That's why it's so easy for us to support our sheriff's department and get y'all up out of here. You think we supporting the sheriff's department on GP? Nah. The enemy of my enemy is my friend. So if we don't know you and you coming into our city trying to destroy stuff, guess what? The sheriff's department has the power to blast you with a rubber bullet and some tear gas, and we're going to support that. We'll be back.
C. Crane's refined CC Skywave SSB radio with single sideband is the ultimate travel and emergency radio. It fits in the palm of your hand, weighs only 8 ounces, reception is great, and the audio is legible and clear for its small size. The CC Skywave SSB radio gives you access to important communications your smartphone is not capable of getting, like emergency single sideband transmissions, which broadcast during a hurricane, earthquake, and major power outage. In addition, you can listen to your favorite AM and FM broadcasts, Weather Plus alert, local airports, long-distance aviation, and ships at sea from all over the world. The only way to get this valuable information is with a specialized sideband radio, the CC Skywave SSB, the true radio lovers travel radio. Find out more about the CC Skywave SSB. Call C. Crane at 800-522-8863, 800-522-8863. Also available on Amazon for quicker shipping, or visit ccrane at ccrane.com.
What are you going to do with your old car? You can try selling it, you could junk it, or you could donate it to Heritage for the Blind. Your car will be towed away for free, and your donation is tax deductible. Just call 1-800-785-9618. Heritage for the Blind accepts cars, vans, trucks, and boats. It doesn't matter if your vehicle runs or not. It will be towed away for free, and you'll be supporting those that need help. Heritage for the Blind is a nonprofit organization that helps the visually impaired live fuller lives. Call right now to donate your car, and as a special thank you for calling, you'll receive a free 3-day vacation voucher to many exciting locations. Call Heritage for the Blind right now, 1-800-785-9618. Donating is easy, and your vehicle is towed away for free. Plus, you'll get a free vacation voucher. Call now, 1-800-785-9618. That's 1-800-785-9618.
Tired of lockdown? Let the reconnect begin. You belong here. Welcome home to the magic of Angelo's and Vinci's Restaurante in Fullerton, California. Check out our new spacious outdoor dining al fresco. Romantic, market lights. It looks like a movie set. Dine under the stars and enjoy our tasty Angelo's and Vinci's pizza, pasta, seafood, chicken, salad dinners, and more. In the cool of the evening, come enjoy our award-winning menu, new wine list, specialty cocktails like our Peach Bellini Martini, appetizers, and more. Angelo's and Vinci's now open every day from 4 p.m. to 9 p.m. for relaxing outdoor dining. No reservations needed. Just come on in for delicious Italian food. Angelo's and Vinci's Restaurante, 550 North Harbor Boulevard in Fullerton. Call 714-879-4022. We're going to need a lot of pasta to get through this year. Come to Angelo's and Vinci's at 550 North Harbor Boulevard in Fullerton today.
I really like this music, man. His music is always smooth. I love it. It's great. So anyways, earlier today, we had a neighborhood cleanup in Watts, right? And obviously, Watts is not my district, but Watts is a community that's always left behind. Everybody leaves out Watts. I don't even know why. They redistrict, Watts is left out. Watts is like the stepchild. Watts is like the Cinderella of Los Angeles County. It's crazy. Watts and South Central. The crazy part about Watts being left out of everything is Watts is actually incorporated, right? But when it comes to economic development, opportunity zones, and school programs and everything, Watts, they always get the crappy end of the stick. So we did our community cleanup in Watts, and Maxine Waters, I know she knew we were out there. She stalks my page, like she stalked my page, like, man, it's just ridiculous, because she knows where. She's like Santa Claus. I know when you are sleeping. I know when you are woke. I know when you are bad or good. So be good for goodness sake. Because she's illiterate. She says soak instead of wake. And she says, I know when you're woke instead of wake. You know what I'm saying? Be good for soak instead of sake. So, but that's Maxine Waters, man. Yeah, so she had some more of her people, at our event. She waited till I leave, and I don't know why she tries to antagonize me. You know what I'm saying? It never fails, and I've requested a debate with this lady over and over again. I think I'm gonna have to put it on the radio. I'm gonna make a commercial tonight requesting Maxine Waters to debate me. Right. Crazy part about it, she calls me Trump puppet. Never met Trump in my life. She says I'm a Trump Republican. I think I'm a Joe Collins Republican because I've never met him. It's impossible for me to be something that I've never been. If that's the case, Maxine Waters would be a Democratic puppet, right? Because Democrats destroy black communities. Maxine Waters has been a staple in destroying black communities. Everybody was like, oh, well, she out of school. Yeah, back in the early 90s. But what has she done lately? Absolutely nothing. And one thing that I've noticed is Maxine Waters does not have young people on her team. Everybody on her team is old. And I don't know how she's convinced so many people to wait. This is your time now. And this is our time. And we are going to get what we deserve. And we are going to impeach this president because he is a danger to democracy. And we've tried and we failed and continue to fail. But it's our time. And we are going to fight because the black community, it depends on us and the Democratic Party because Republicans are dangerous, and we're going to get this man. And if you see them in the streets, impeach 45. We've been hearing the same crap for a very long time. I think I nailed it. I think I nailed it. I nailed it, right? I nailed the Maxine Waters. You know what? Maxine Waters has to debate me. If you don't debate me, what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna get a life-size cutout, right? And I'm gonna put Maxine Waters on a radio show. I'm gonna put her right next to me every single day, and we're gonna debate every single day, right? And just like down, and I think it's gonna be exact same as if she debated me in person, because she doesn't have any answers for anything that's going on now. Her answers is, so the law enforcement is not going to attack any black people. They've been doing this for a long time. And I know that I can make laws, but I failed to do it. But this is our time now. See, she never has an answer. She never has an answer. But I'm going to get a cutout and I'm going to debate her every day. Anytime it's time for her to answer, I'm going to just look at her like she's dumb. And I'm like, see, guys, she has no answer. Just like it'd be in real life. We'll be back next week. JoeCollinsForCongress.com. Please go donate, volunteer. Same time, same place next week. Peace. God bless.